Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com. Today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Link wall sconce. This is going to be a low voltage wall sconce. This video is going to be used for two different style numbers because the only difference between the style numbers is going to be the glass options that are available for them. This is going to be used for the 2013-92. It's also going to be used for the 2013-95, and I'll go over those glass options a little later. But let's talk about the size of the fixture body itself, and that's going to be the distance from the bottom of the glass to where the cable is going to be starting, and that's 16.1. The width on this is 5.5, and the projection, that's from the wall going out this way, is 6.6. When we get into overall height, now we're talking about the distance from the bottom of the fixture, which is going to be the bottom of the glass, to the top of the back plate. And that's going to give you a pretty wide range of 19.5 at its shortest, all the way to 77.5 at its longest. And to show you how you can attain that, let's look at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link, and it's going to say, click here for installations instructions PDF. Open that up for me. It's going to give you a full parts list. It's going to show you how the socket setup is done in there. It's going to show you how the glass goes on, which takes about a minute. It's also going to show you how you're going to be able to adjust this during your installation and get it to exactly the height you want it to be. Make sure you have it exactly where you want it to be before you cut those wires. Okay, very important. It's also going to show you the back plate. It's going to show you information about the inside of the back plate. It's going to go over a standard 4-inch junction box. The back plate is 5.5 inches in diameter. It's going to be holding a transformer. It's going to transform your line voltage in your house or your building down to low voltage, feeding through the cable, which is perfectly safe, down to that socket to that low voltage LED. So why don't we hit that glass option idea we talked about a second ago. So you're going to have on the 2013-92, same link set up, but notice you're going to have a pull-down menu. It's going to say choose your glass. So on that one, you're going to have the choice of bubble glass. It's actually clear with bubbles. It looks kind of like a champagne. But it's going to be totally clear, bubbles. The other option is going to be clear with a white threading that's kind of going around in it. They're both very pretty. Then on the 2013-95, that's going to be a totally clear glass. And the glass for this comes from a company called Exo Glassworks, and they're up in Burlington, Vermont on Pine Street. They have a studio and store. If you guys want to go up there and check them out, you could probably find some other cool stuff from them. So that's a little plug for those guys. Why don't we get into what's going on down below in that socket setup. It's going to be using a G4 socket. Very simple sockets, and your max on this is going to be a 4-watt LED, and a 4-watt LED gives you the light output of a 40-watt halogen, and it kind of goes down from there. So you go 4-watt, 3-watt, 2-watt, 1.5-watt. The 1.5-watt, if you go for that, is going to give you the light output of a 20-watt halogen. Something to remember. Okay, so get a dimmable version if you can for that bulb, because this is a dimmable fixture without any problem. I talk about the color of light coming out of these LEDs all the time. It's really important. And when you're going to go looking for these LEDs, the best way to do it is online, quite honestly. And Amazon is probably the easiest way to find them. You're just going to be putting into the search G4 4-watt dimmable LED. And let's talk about the color of the light, because that's going to be something too. So when you do that, you're going to see these results coming up, and it's going to give you options from 2700 Kelvin all the way to about 4000, 5000, 6000 Kelvin. 2700 Kelvin, that's going to be a super yellow light, like a setting sun. Way over on the other side of that is called daylight, and daylight sounds warm, but it's not warm. That's kind of like a overcast day, that blue light. And that's going to be 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale. In the middle of all that is called warm white. And warm white is what we use in our showroom all over the place, because it mimics an incandescent light. People come in here and think we're just using incandescent bulbs from our past, and we're not. We're using LEDs, but they give you that nice warm glow. And that's 3,000 Kelvin. So it's important that when you guys are doing your search, you're going to be looking for a G4, most likely a 4-watt, because might as well go for the max you can go. Dimmable 3000 Kelvin, and you should be good to go. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things, so you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque, and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email and I can walk you through the whole thing, okay? So if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.